will take off in Nigeria, where the President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, has met with the new EFCC chairman, Ola Olukoyede, and the new secretary of the commission, Mohammed Ahmad-Joda, at the presidential villa today. Olukoyede and Ahmad-Joda were confirmed in the EFCC and were confirmed as the EFCC chairman and EFCC secretary on Wednesday by the Senate. The confirmation of both men followed their screening by the upper chamber on Wednesday afternoon, about a week after they were appointed by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The Senate also screened and confirmed the appointment of Halima Shehu as the Chief Executive Officer of the National Social Investment Program Agency, NTIPA. The President had on October the 12th, 2023, appointed Olukoyede and Ahmad-Joda as Chair and Secretary to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. Now, joining me tonight on the program to discuss this is Professor of Law at the Niger Delta University in Bayelsa, Pereowei Subai. A warm welcome to you, Professor Subai, and thanks for joining us on the news.
Thank you for having me. Good evening, viewers.
Now, Professor Subai, Ola Olukoyede has finally been confirmed the chairman of the EFCC by the Senate, despite opposition and some quarters against his appointment. They said, he didn't meet the statutory number of years required and the experience. Did his confirmation come to you as a surprise, and what do you make of it?
Yes, his confirmation did not come to me as so much of a surprise. I did not see the Senate as it is presently constituted, not confirming him, but the confirmation itself does not necessarily put to settle the controversy concerning his appointments. We know that there have been issues about his qualification, interpretation of Section 2 of the EFCC Act, and that controversy will continue. We should expect to see more controversies around that section in the months ahead. I won't be surprised if an action will be filed in court challenging the confirmation of Mr. Olukoyede. So yes, I wasn't really surprised that he has been confirmed. Now, but what will happen after now?
Yes,
what we need to wait and see.
Now that Olukoyede has been confirmed, and you said there might be some legal, there might be litigation going forward. Now that it has been confirmed, what are the tasks before him as he settles into the task of chairman of the commission?
Okay, for me, I think the first task he's going to have is he has to bring a lot of house cleaning to the EFCC. The confidence in Nigerians have been largely eroded in the past few months, running up to the elections, with the interplay between politics and EFCC, the Naira redesign issues, and the controversies surrounding the former chairman. So yes, many Nigerians have lost faith that the EFCC can be independent and robust as it used to be. So the task of the chairman will largely be re-imaging this agency, not through branding, but through house cleaning. That, I think, is the first thing that is the first task he's got on his plate. And how he can do that is what I do not know how, because already the appointment of Mr. Olukoyede has a lot of there are a lot of things around this appointment that will even cause the common man to doubt if he will be able to bring independence and robustness to bear in the work of the EFCC, coupled with the fact that as a person, he was not a serving officer of maybe one of the military investigative or police
law
bodies,
enforcement,
as has been the tradition in the past. So we wait to see what he will do, but I would expect him to immediately do a lot of house cleaning, remove the politics and ensure that this body is focused on its mandates and should not meddle in political interplays.
Now, Professor Subai, before I let you go, Olukoyede's confirmation is happening a day after President Tinubu made another appointment. He appointed Dr. Musa Aliyu as the chairman of the Independent Corrupt Practices Commission, ICPC. Till his appointment, he was the Attorney General in Jigawa State. How will Aliyu's appointment impact the ICPC, and how do you differ the mandate and responsibilities of the ICPC from the EFCC?
Okay, I think the appointment of Mr. Aliyu, Musa Aliyu, is a welcome development. First of all, there was the issue of the ICPC and the EFCC being headed by persons from the same extraction, southwestern extraction. I think the president has done a smart thing by bringing in Mr. Aliyu, and he's a lawyer with cognate experience. Interestingly, he's also a senior advocate designate. I would expect him to bring a fresh perspective to the ICPC. He's a relatively young lawyer called Subai in 2004. So I want to see some freshness being brought into the work of the ICPC. In the past, we've had some overlaps between the ICPC and the EFCC. Ideally, they ought not to be, because the mandate of the EFCC focuses mainly on economic crimes, money laundering, and it appears to be wider than that of the ICPC, which focuses basically on public servants. But at some point, there's an overlap between the mandate
EFCC
of both
and
agencies.
ICPC.
Yes, ICPC. What I would expect to see is some cooperation between both agencies, particularly in those areas where there's some overlap, and understanding amongst them, sharing of information, because if they enter into the traditional rivalry that we saw in the past, then it would frustrate the anti-corruption drive of the federal government.
Thank you very much, Professor Subai, for your insights and your time. Thank you.
Thank you for having me.